Based on a true story. For Love or Country, the Arturo Sandoval story. Starring Andy Garcia, Mia Maestro, Gloria Estefan, and Charles Dutton. A story of love and one man's search for freedom. Live in concert with Arturo Sandoval, October 1st at the Adrian Arsht Center. Visit arshtcenter.org for tickets.
Hey everyone, this is DJ.
And this is Ish.
And this is
Season 5 of Pero Let Me Tell You. All right, mi gente. So, I know that nowadays there's a word, and I've said it before on this show, that gets tossed around a lot and people use it and it doesn't mean anything, like icon and legend. But today's guest, I know he's already told me don't say that, don't use those words for him, but he is both of them. We have with us the legendary trumpeter, pianist, composer, Arturo Sandoval. Thank you so much for joining us, Arturo. It feels weird. I feel like I want to call you Mr. Sandoval out of respect.
No, it's okay, man. Call me Arturo. That's okay. I'm happy to be talking to you, man.
No, thanks. So I actually want to start off the interview with something that I actually found out I didn't know about you when I was doing your research. You are actually from the same town in Cuba as my mother's family, at Temisa.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, qué pequeño es el mundo. Like...
little word, yeah.
That is crazy. So, now I'm picturing, you and at Temisa. My grandparents may have seen you, as you were playing a trumpet, when you were 12 years old, when you started. I mean, it's just,
yeah,
it's beautiful just to think that might have been what happened.
The whole beginning was there in Artemisa. Yeah, I started playing music there when a little before, I think it was 10 or probably before 11. Yeah. I started very early. Since God.
And how did you start? Did you always liked music, or one day you picked up a trumpet?
I started. It was like a little marching band that they put together in the city hall, and then they start to recruit some kids from the village to learn some instrument and learn how to read music, all those things, and theory, all those things. And I joined those kids there, and they gave me a few instruments to try. And but finally, I start to look to the trumpet and say, "Wow, I think that's the one I want to. That's the one."
So what you're saying is it was almost just luck that you stumbled in and found the trumpet. Because
it was like a love at first sight, yeah. Because I fall in love with the sound. The trumpet is an instrument who can whisper. You can play extremely soft, and you can make the loudest noise in the full orchestra. It doesn't matter if the only musician is a trumpet speak, everybody gonna hear that. And then what I love about that is you have no limitation in terms of expression. You can really go all the way in the way you want to say things and how you want to say it, and the instrument don't gonna put you any limit.
I love that, because I think, everybody always wants to play, the guitar, right? Or the drums. And I think that the brass instruments, like the trumpets and the saxophone, to me, there's so much emotion there that comes through. And when it's missing, it's missing.
It's an extension of the voice, and then you can speak that. You can, even if you pay attention, and you can even, learn that the old timer always recommend when you're going to play the melody, it's very convenient if you even learn the lyrics. because you can concentrate in the way you approach the melody to make more sense, like it's a singer doing that instead of an instrument.
I I couldn't have put it better, but then I'm also not as talented as you, so therefore I think you definitely are putting it perfectly.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, when you get old like me, you learn a few things.
Coño, oye, if not, what a waste, right? I mean, coño,
Oh,
para
goodness.
eso uno llega viejo, ¿verdad?
Oh, what? It doesn't matter. At my age, I'm still hungry for information and looking for information all the time. And because the day you believe that you know everything,
That is 100% true, man. I mean,
that's the end of your growing, you know, because there's always room for learning other things, and you never know from who, where, or how. But if you are hungry for that, if you really want, and you got a passion, and you're always gonna be able to improve what you do, you know.
yeah, and I think that's extremely necessary, especially, for someone like yourself who's also a composer. Because in order for you to continue, I would imagine, being able to compose new pieces and come up with new ways for your creative outlet, you can't just be doing the same three things over and over and over again, right? You have to keep building on it.
Yeah, you know, it's also a gift from God when you sit down in the piano, for example, what I do every day. I sit down in the piano, and the new melody comes to you, and I say, "Oh, I really wish this one is not similar to the one last week."
Does that happen?
Oh yeah, sometimes, you know, but you know, the music, when you got your style and your own desire to create music in certain way, all the composition gonna touch each other in some point, you know, because it's a unity of your concept of music. I love music have three or four, but three main ingredients, which is melody, harmony, and rhythm. And when it got lyrics, okay, lyrics is 25% each, but when it's instrumental, it's only three ingredients, you know. And I'm very concerned nowadays, to be honest. I have to tell you that when I hear some pop music, I don't want to mention any style, but the music that a lot of young people listen today, man, it have the lyrics are extremely gross, you know, and very, very dirty, and the harmony is extremely poor.
You think it's missing a little
And
bit of soul?
melody not even exists, you know. And then I say, my goodness, we're dealing with three things, and then they got some rhythm, but it's created by a computer,
Right,
with
right.
some patterns, some things you press button and those things. Yeah, it is, and that's no good, man.
I was kind of asking. I'm sorry. It was while you were explaining. Music today. Not all music. There's exceptions to every rule, but there seems to be a little bit of a soul missing, right? Like it's again formula. It's formulaic.
Yeah, it's a big problem, man, because it's what we transmit, it's what we share with the young people, and then our mission also is educate the people to create a good taste for the real values of aesthetic and artistic values of the message, you know. When you send a message, that kind of message, oh my goodness, I think they're confusing the mind of the people who listen to that. And the worst part is they believe that is good.
Yeah. Because if you don't have it, you don't know any better, right? You don't know what you don't know.
Now I lost the. Hold on one second. Let me put that again.
Can you hear
You
me?
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, but I cannot hear the speaker now. But I hear you directly in the phone. That's
Oh,
okay.
okay. No problem. No problem. Technology, right? Technology. It's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah, technology, and I don't know. I think I got a cable here, which is not working properly. But that's okay. I hear you now. I hear you through the phone.
Perfect. So, talking about soul and, and good music, right? Can we take a moment to discuss your friendship with one of the just most iconic blues players of all time, Dizzy Gillespie, and how that friendship really came through? I think even it was part of, he helped you defect, I believe, in 77. That's what I read.
Oh, yeah.
But Wikipedia is wrong sometimes, so I have to ask.
we met in 77, but I started playing with him a year after, in 78, until he passed away in 93. But the defection, the political side of the whole process was in the beginning of 1990.
Wow, that long.
Yeah. I was 40 years old, man. Yeah. I really wish I could come here way before, but I couldn't. My son have already 46 years, 46 plus, and then we're married for 48 hours with my wife, and I couldn't live without them. I have to wait so long until we have that opportunity to live together.
How long did that take for them to
Oh, so years, because that was. I believe that the Cuban government make the Cuban dictatorship. Let me call that properly in the way it should. And, they make a mistake because they gave us a very, very special permission for my wife and son to go to Europe and spend a couple of weeks when I was on tour with Dizzy Gillespie. And the day after, early morning, I was in the door of the American embassy asking for political asylum as soon as they were already out of Cuba.
So you were just waiting for, momento perfecto.
It's a movie. It's a movie about that. I don't know if you're aware. It's a movie.
I know, for love of country.
For Love for Country, the Arturo Sandoval story. Yeah, it's a movie. It was made 22 years ago, year 2000.
Oh my God, is that long ago?
Yeah, that was 22 years ago. And Andy Garcia played me, and he did an incredible job, man, incredible job. And I'm happy that I won the Emmy with the score that I wrote for the movie.
Dude, you have an Emmy, you've got Grammys, you got Billboard Awards, you were nominated for you got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I mean, you are racking up awards, my man.
I'm very blessed because when you work hard and you got when you are blessed to get recognition for what you do, it's very rewarding. It's an inspiration to continue practicing and working hard and do it what you love. And the old timer in Cuba always said, be sure you study what you love and you never have to work.
Damn right.
And it's good. We don't work. We don't call that what we do work. We're going to play. We don't go to work. If you start naming that, I'm going to for my job. I'm going to work.
Ahí está mala la cosa.
No. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good idea.
So I wanted to ask you something about when you were honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. Obviously you were born in Cuba, but you're here in the U.S. You're Cuban American for all intents and purposes. What did it feel like for you as someone who had to face so many struggles, right? Because of being born in Cuba and leaving your country and reuniting with your family. to have your adoptive country recognize your talent and accomplishments, you know, in a way that will sadly not be recognized in your home country.
You know, some people ask me, I don't know how many videos I did for the last couple of years, something I did more than 650 videos. Yes, and most of the time I wear this. And some people, man, that's the only shirt you have?
It's a shirt with the American flag on it. Yeah.
I said, no, you know what? I went to Costco and I see this. And I talked to the manager, I said, how many you have there back? I don't know, I think I have a couple of dozen. I said, please bring it over. And I bought all of them.
Wow.
I got a few dozens of this. And I really mean that because, you know, I said it in the past many times that I believe I was born in 1990. Before 1990, from 49 to 90, it was like a rehearsal or something. It was like I was trying to figure it out how to survive in that kind of chaos that Cuba still is, you know. And but when I get to the U.S., man, everything open like this. And you mentioned the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That word is the most important word for me in any dictionary, in any language, because I always said that no freedom, no life. When you're free, you can aspire, you can dream, you can have goals in your life, and then you can work hard, but you're going to see, you know, the result of your effort. But when you're under oppression, on the dictatorship, they said, "Oh my goodness, that's no life. That's no life." You became it. You became thin. You are a number. You are no real person. You know, with your own criteria and your own. You cannot think by your own. You know, you have to say and think about what they want you to think or say. That's horrible. It's horrible. And then I can really relate always that freedom is the most important thing, and that's what I like about that medal the most, you know, the name.
Absolutely. And you know, again, like I mentioned, you've gone through a lot in your life. Oh, I love guys. I mean, obviously this is an audio podcast, but he just drank cafecito. It was great. And like, you know, it's like talking to Arturo Sandoval while he smokes a cigar and has cafecito.
And by the way, made by the Cuban family here in LA, the Gaviña family.
Oh, it's La Llave.
They made La Llave and they made Don Francisco. This is Don Francisco, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right.
But the cup, let me show you this.
Arturo Fuente.
Yes, this is the same thing. This.
Oh, okay. So la misma marca de, okay.
That's it. And I'm so lucky, man. But the Gaviña family, they're dear friends. You know, they are four brothers, and they create an incredible business of the coffee. You know, roasting and producing and making. Oh my goodness, it's a huge operation. And this is the best cigar in the world. And the owner, Carlito Fuente, is my brother, my best friend ever. Can you imagine? I got coffee and cigar for free.
Listen, that is not a bad way to spend an afternoon, okay? Like,
oh my goodness, you know. I'm so lucky, you know.
I love it, man. You know, I'm having such a trip, you know, talking to you, because it's just one of those like, wow, you know, you've achieved so much and gone through so much. And I know that on October 1st, you're going to be doing a concert where here at the Arts Center in Miami, with
yes.
Where they're going to be. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be getting this wrong, but there's going to be a live orchestra while they play For Love or Country, the HBO
on the movie. They're going to project the movie in the big screen, and then they're going to be full orchestra on stage playing the music of the movie.
Are you going to be in that orchestra?
Going to be in. I'm sorry.
Are you going to be in that orchestra, sir?
Absolutely, of course, yeah. And I'm gonna be the whole week in Miami. Actually, I'm planning to go there. The event is. Hold on one second. Let me go here. Blah 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 blah.
It's on a Saturday, October 1st.
The October 1st is Saturday, but we got some rehearsal and things, and I'm flying there the beginning of the week. I'm flying there the 26th, and I'm going to be the whole week in Miami. I'm looking forward because, I love Miami, man.
Yeah, so you live out in L.A. Were you always in
You
L.A.?
remember that baseball player that said, I love you, Miami?
Claro, Iván Hernández.
I think it was Iván Hernández, no Hernández. Yeah.
Iván Hernández, yeah.
Iván Hernández, hey, I love you, Miami. Miami has got some very particular enchant. It's a lot of our flavor there, and my best friend in Miami, for example, is Felipe Valls. He's the guy with La Carreta, Versailles, Casa Juancho, all those places, man, and I always looking forward to come back and be with my dear friends. I got a bunch of friends there in Miami, and we always have the best time. But because of my business or what I do or something, I live in LA for the last 14 years, and many years ago, I was talking to the director for Love and Country, and I said, man, you know what? I would love to. That was in Miami, 22 years ago, when we were shooting the movie. And I said, man, I would love to write a score for movies more often, because I did a few things in the past, but and the only thing he said, you're living in the wrong city.
He's not wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, but it's what he said. He said, why you say that? He said, because the business of this is in LA, man. You have to move to LA. We couldn't move at that time because my father-in-law lived with us in Miami, and then my parents was in Hialeah,
Of course.
I couldn't move 3,000 miles away and leave the old folk there back, I said, no. Until we buried the last one of the three of them. It was my mother. And then the day after, I jumped in a bus. I used to have like a RB, like a or something, and we drove here 3,000 miles until today. And I have been doing a little more movies. Okay, I don't know if you're aware. I did the last two movies of Clint Eastwood. I did the Mule. Oh yeah, I did the Mule and Richard Jewell. Yeah, and I have been doing a few movies. Yeah, a few movies. Yeah, and I love that. I would love to do more often, but it's very crowded. Competition is 1,000 composer for one movie, and then a lot of things have to converge to that happens, and you got the chance. But I got a few chances, man, and I enjoy it very much. I love that. One of the things I enjoy more than anything else in music, writing score.
I can't imagine a more just powerful combination than you and Clint Eastwood, collaborating.
And we became friends, man. In this little studio, I have a studio here at home. He came here many days where I was mocking, and doing some samples and thing, and getting his feedback and to please his concept of the thing, what he want the music to enhance the film, because the music is in function of the story. You can know. You have to hang your ego outside, and you have to really think about the best thing for the movie, and to enhance with the music. But that thing never get in the way of the dialogue or the story or made too much emphasis, because that's overdue is a little problematic as well. You know, it's very sensitive kind of limit there. Like you have to stay on the right line.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a dance, and if anybody knows about harmony, it's a composer like yourself. So, you know, it's about finding that ability to stay between the lines and go back and forth, and again, harmonious.
Getting something like you know, somebody said many years ago, if you want to see the importance of music in the film, get one of your favorite movies. For example, get Star Wars, and turn down the volume and watch the movie to see if you see the same movie that you used to see. It's a different story. Or John, one of those great scores by John Williams. You know, John Williams is one of my heroes, of course. And I got a privilege that I did a premiere and I recorded with London Symphony his classical trumpet concerto. And then I played with him a couple of times. I played with him with Boston Symphony. And there's a video on YouTube. You can watch it. Me with John Williams and
I'm
Boston
gonna watch it for sure.
Symphony. Boston Symphony. Yeah, that was a great opportunity, man. And you know, I'm being blessed, man, because I grew up in Artemisa, you know, a small village in the middle of the countryside of the island, and I not even could make the school, man. I quit the school when I was in the 5th grade. No more school. Yeah, and I started working when I was 10 years old to help my family, because we were extremely poor at home. And I always said music saved my life, you know, and also the life of my family, because I've been helping every member of my family, you know, because of music. I'm so grateful, you know. I'm extremely grateful.
Arturo, as blessed and grateful as you are, I feel equally blessed and grateful to have had the opportunity to sit here today and talk to you. And
thank you so much, man. Thank you. And I hope I see you in Miami, no?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be there. I don't know if you don't see me, allá tú. Like I'm gonna see you on the stage.
Come backstage, man, afterwards, and then we take a photo together, and I give you a hug. Okay?
Absolutely, man. Oye, un placer. Y honestly, thank you so much. And
no, thank you, man. Thank you. That's been a pleasure talking to you, and very nice. And you made me feel relaxed and comfortable.
Oh, good. Okay, good. And you were having coffee, so you were caffeinated. Okay, so I hope.
Oh yeah. You know, I got a few of those.
Pero Let Me Tell You is co-hosted by Darian Borges and Ismaeliano, produced by Ismaeliano, and our theme, Pero Let Me Tell You Freestyle, is composed by Michael Angelo Lomlaplex, the official gay guy. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes.
Based on a true story, For Love or Country, the Arturo Sandoval story. Starring Andy Garcia, Mia Maestro, Gloria Estefan, and Charles Dutton. Visit artcenter.org for tickets.